Hey, the most powerful man in the world has 24 hours in a day to get what he or she needs done. The richest man in the world has 3,600 minutes in one day to earn his money. The most educated man in the world has 168 hours a week to learn. The greatest athlete in the world has 365 days in a year to train. How much time do you have? You know, when people tell me, Grant, I just don't have enough time to get everything I need done. I'm like, man, look, it's not true. It's not real. Now, I know some industries and businesses right now that are off 30 and 40%, and we go in to put a program in place, and they're like, I don't have time to do this. I'm like, what do you mean, man? You're off 30%. You'd have to have 30% more time if you're off. See, I don't believe this time excuse. I recently read that the average person in this country watches over 3 hours of television a day. Do you know how much time that is? 67,500 minutes. Do you realize how many phone calls you could make in a year that would take that much time or less? If every call lasted 3 minutes, you could make an extra 22,500 phone calls in a year. That would be 1,875 extra phone calls a month, or 75 calls a day. If only you did a portion of that, you would reach the top half of the top 1% of all the salespeople in your industry. You know, it's actually a lie, L-I-E, lie. You're lying when you tell yourself that you don't have enough time. So all you highly ethical, big, I'm honest and I tell the truth about everything. And hey, look, you're lying to yourself. Be honest about it. You lie when you say you don't have enough time. The fact is, you have the same amount of time as everyone else. You're just not using it efficiently. And you might be using it for the wrong things. We all have the same 24 hours, amounting to 8,760 hours a year. That's what we all have. If you don't know how to use it, hey, that's a problem. If you don't know how much time's even available, that's a problem. I assure you that you haven't decided how to use time if you don't know how much is there. If you agree that time is money, you ever heard that saying, time is money? Then your time should be inventoried. Hey, how much time do I actually have in a day, a week, a year? How much time am I actually using on TV or wasteful events or Xbox or poker online or things that can't get me production? See, you want to inventory your time and protect it like you would anything that is valuable. I recently took a trip. I had to go to Las Vegas for a speaking engagement. As the driver dropped me off at the airport, he said, hey, Grant, do you know when you're coming back? I said, oh, yeah, man, look, I'm coming back right away. I'm going to go do my meeting. I'm going to pop back right away. He's like, well, why don't you stay the night? I'm like, look, man, I need to get back here. I can make more money tomorrow morning in my office, okay? Grant, why don't you stay and enjoy yourself? Spend the extra night. I said, hey, I'd rather, not waste that night in Vegas, making them rich, and come back, get in my office, and maybe take some massive action and make myself rich. Who knows? Maybe by being home and being in the office, I'll close the biggest deal of my life. I can't do that in the casino in Vegas. Now, maybe I'm on a business trip and maybe I want to stay over and have dinner with the clients. That's a different thing. See, how are you using your time? That's the point. And the driver looked at me and said, you know what? That's why you're where you're at in your life and I'm still driving this car. And folks, that's exactly how you're going to get where you want to get in your life. By maximizing every minute of every day. By taking time and leveraging time. Okay? Time is money if you're producing. And time is money when you're not doing anything because somebody else is collecting money when you're laying on the couch. Okay? Anyone can be at the next place. The question is, how do you get to the next place? Only by using time wisely. Only by inventorying the time. How much time do I have? Okay? And then figuring out, okay, what am I going to replace that activity with that's wasteful, and how do I turn that into a productive activity? So what I want you to hear in this segment is just this. How much time do you have, and what are you doing with it? And maybe consider that you're going to start inventorying, become conscious and aware of where you're using time, what you're using it on, and how much is being wasted.